We have a big election coming up in California, and we've been talking about it.
I'm a therapist, and I've been intrigued by what I've seen as a unique trend in voter behavior, that of supporting the business executive who's decided to run for political office. I mean, in the past, we wanted our political leaders to have a background in law and government and history. Well, because they'd be making law, governing, and creating history. And we believed that having knowledge of these areas would bring thoughtful reflection, awareness of legal and ethical rights and responsibilities, and an understanding of past mistakes. But now we're scared. We're scared about the economy and forces that seem to be bigger than we can handle. And we're looking at people who've had success in business as a potential savior, a parent, a Superman or Superwoman in a three-piece suit.
Yeah. But corporate executives are not going to save us by running democratic government as though it were a business. I mean, that's the same misconception that tossed us into this economic tar pit in the first place. I mean, look at the current Sacramento administration. They, to me, are obsessed with cutting services, but they will not even consider for a moment the idea of raising taxes on the wealthiest among us. Now, to me, that's very much like a failing business that cuts benefits and jobs rather than reducing its shareholders' take. And yet, an awful lot of my fellow Californians seem ready to put themselves in the hands of these corporate types. Think about it. A business executive is solely beholden to his shareholders.
Governmental representatives are obliged to serve the citizens that elected them.
When business is good, all the benefits, that would be the money, go to, you guessed it, those executives and shareholders, and not for the most part to the workers.
When a government functions as it should, the benefits like good affordable schools, maintained highways, emergency services, etc., they go to the people.
Business exists for the sole purpose of maximizing profits. The bottom line doesn't care about the quality of the product or the service, doesn't care about sending jobs overseas. The bottom line doesn't care.
Democratic government is like a nonprofit organization, which exists to provide the best possible services to the public.
Our business leaders operate in a world based on survival of the fittest. The law of the jungle.
Government was created to help us escape from the jungle into a world of justice for all.
As you consider the candidates, consider this. 26 of our presidents were lawyers before they entered office. That includes Adams, Jefferson, Madison, Jackson, FDR, Nixon, Clinton, oh yeah, and Abraham Lincoln. Only 2 of our presidents were business executives before they entered office, and both of them were named George Bush.
During the 20th century, we created a nation and a state of middle-class homeowners, satisfied workers with solid pensions and benefits, excellent schools, a reliable infrastructure, and generous social services.
Today we have the most lopsided distribution of wealth in our history, worse even than the Gilded Age. In California today, the richest 1% earn more per year than the bottom 60% combined.
And they don't have to worry about losing their jobs, their insurance, or their homes. So please, let's not let our fears lead us into making another huge mistake. On November 2nd, vote for the best representative.
Not the toughest boss.
Get out and vote.
Get out and vote.